Hey friends, it's Miss Gillian. I'm here at the beach in Florida, and it's really windy today, and it kind of looks a little yucky because there's a storm that's getting ready to come. But I wanted to show you something really special that I've enjoyed getting to see while I'm here. On the beach in front of our house, we have a sea turtle nest, right? So a turtle came up at night and laid her eggs on the beach right in front of my house. I'll share some pictures with you. But we wanted to learn a little bit more about that, and I have a great storybook that I would like to read with you today to teach you a little bit more about sea turtles and their life cycle. The name of this book is One Tiny Turtle. It's by Nicola Davies, and it's illustrated by Jane Chapman. One Tiny Turtle. About sea turtles. Sea turtles are related to tortoises and terrapins, right? They are all reptiles. Sea turtles are great wanderers, traveling thousands of miles each year, often far from land. This makes them difficult to study, so scientists are only just beginning to find out more about their mysterious lives. There are 7 species of sea turtles. 7. This book is about loggerhead sea turtles. That's just one species, loggerheads. Loggerheads live in seas all over the world. And they live out there in the sea that's behind me. That's the Gulf of Mexico. It's off the coast of Florida. And it's connected to the Atlantic Ocean. And loggerhead sea turtles live in the Atlantic Ocean, one of our oceans. But this is about one tiny turtle. Far, far out to sea, land is only a memory, and the empty sky touches the water. Just beneath the surface is a tangle of weed and driftwood where tiny creatures cling. This is the nursery of sea turtles. Right? This is where the babies live, out in the open sea. Passing in a boat, you might not notice a turtle. Not much bigger than a bottle top, like the size of a quarter. She hides in those green shadows. See? She's hiding. She's a baby, so her shell is soft as old leather. Right? Like a leather shoe. It's not hard yet. Just a little fish bite could rip it open. That's why she hides. But the turtle is safe in her world of weed, right, of seaweed. And she snaps her beak on tiny little crabs and shrimps. That's what she eats. Do you know that turtles have shells that cover their backs? It's called the carapace. And they have shells that cover their stomachs, the plastron. The shells are made from bony plates that get bigger and harder as the turtle grows. That's what protects her. The turtle swims around, flapping her long flippers like wings. She's flying underwater. She pokes her pinprick nostrils through that silver surface to take a quick breath. So fast. Blink and you'd miss it. Right? Because even though sea turtles live underwater, they can't breathe underwater. Fish breathe underwater, but turtles are reptiles, and they need to come up to the surface for air. They do this every 4 to 5 minutes when they're active, but when they're asleep, they can stay underwater for hours. Can you hold your breath for hours? Oh, then when she's done taking her breath, she dives down deep into her secret life again. for 3 or 4 years, maybe more, that turtle rides out the storms, and she floats through the hot calms. Steadily, she outgrows her nursery. Nobody sees her leave, but when you look for her, she's vanished all the same. Right? Look how big she is now. A year or two later, she turns up close to land. Bigger than a dinner plate now. She's not a fish snack anymore. Her shell is hard as armor. Her head is tough as a helmet. That's how she's grown into her name, Loggerhead. That's how they get their name, because they've got this tough head. Strong, strong. And she has come to eat crabs. Millions swim up from the deep water to breed in the shallows, right? So she's swimming closer to land. Their shells crack as easily as a hen's egg in her heavy jaws. But in a week, the feast is over, and that loggerhead disappears again. You see all those blue crabs down there? That's what they look like under the water. Loggerhead wanders far and wide in search of food. In summer, to cool seaweed jungles where she finds juicy clams and shoals of shrimp. And in winter, to turquoise lagoons, warm as bathwater, where she can munch among the corals. The loggerhead may travel thousands of miles, but she leaves no trace or track for you to follow. Only good luck will catch you a glimpse of her. For 30 years, you might not find her. And then one summer night, she arrives on the beach where she was born. She's found her way here, sensing north and south like a compass needle. Feeling the current and the warmth of the waves, she remembers the taste of the water and the sound of the surf. Did you know that male turtles wait just off the nesting beaches? They mate with the females, and then the females come ashore to lay their eggs. And it's hard work getting themselves out of the water up on the beach, because they're big now. The loggerhead has grown in her wandering years, and she's as big as a barrel now. She's floating in the sea. She weighs nothing out there, right? She just floats. But on land, she's heavier than a man. So every flipper step is a struggle, and her eyes stream with salty tears, which keep them free of the sand. Do you know that coming ashore is very risky for sea turtles because they can easily overheat and die? So they only nest at night or in cool weather, and then they get right back to the sea as soon as possible. The loggerhead makes her nest where the sea won't reach. She scoops carefully with her hind flippers. Remember, the hind flippers are those back flippers. So she scoops, and she makes a steep, deep hole. And inside, she lays her eggs. Like 100 squidgy ping pong balls, right? They're soft when she first lays them. They're about the size of a little white ping pong ball. They have a soft shell. And afterward, she covers them with sand to hide her nests from hungry mouths, right? From scavengers like raccoons, or from dogs digging them up, or coyotes. And then the loggerhead is gone again. Back to her secret life. Right? See, there's her tracks going back out to the sea. And that's what the turtle volunteers are looking for on the beach here. Right? They look for those tracks, and they can tell by the tracks what kind of turtle it is. Left behind under the sand, her eggs stay deep and safe, and those baby turtles grow inside. Females stay close to their nesting beach for several months, and in that time they usually make at least 4 nests, sometimes as many as 10, right? So they come up on the beach at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 times to lay hundreds and hundreds of eggs. And before the summer's over, these little